how to write essays for the ISB PGP application for 2024-25 admissions. To begin with, these are the essay topics. You may want to pause the video and take a close look. There are 2 compulsory essays, 400 words each, and 1 optional essay, 250 words. The only scenario in which you may not want to write the optional essay is when you lack clarity about your career goals. However, such clarity is crucial to the application process, and you will anyway be facing questions around your career goals at the interview stage. Therefore, we strongly recommend that you define your career goals and write a strong optional essay conveying due conviction in your career goals right at the first stage of the application process. Let us now understand the broad scope of each of the 3 essays. The first essay is largely about the broad situations that have shaped you personally as well as professionally. The scope here is situation or circumstance from childhood. Please understand, these situations need not be specific anecdotes here. These can also be broad circumstances that have shaped you. For example, growing up in a marginalized community. Similarly, the scope includes situation or circumstance from your college days or early professional life and/or a recent personal or professional situation or circumstance. You must expand upon how these situations, circumstances have shaped you as a person and professional. Duly include the strengths and weaknesses, implicitly or explicitly. The second essay is largely about your intellectual experiences and need for MBA. Inclusion of specific anecdotes is a must here. Let's look at the broad scope of this essay. Summary of your academic background with anecdotes, same for your professional background, and same for your co-curricular achievements. And very importantly, all of these must lead to the realization of or the inspiration for the need of an MBA. The third essay is largely a statement of purpose. For the last 2 years, this has been an optional essay at ISB, but for many years before that, this used to be a compulsory essay. The broad scope here is short-term career goals, long-term career goals, and very importantly, you must link your career goals with your experiences, skills, and passion. Crucially, you must give rich and specific reasons for why ISB. Some side notes here. These 3 points should broadly cover all the interesting aspects about your candidature, any unique attributes or experiences, professional or personal. Besides, please understand that some of the information covered in these 3 points may have already been covered in the first essay. Please avoid repetition. The topics for Essay 1 and Essay 2 are such that information may overlap. Before penning down the essays, you must ponder over what information goes where and use the space available judiciously, avoiding any overlap. Before we guide you on how to approach writing the essays, a disclaimer. Please understand there is no single correct way of writing essays. We are only trying to suggest a broad approach, guidelines of sorts, while defining the scope of each essay topic. You may have your own very different style of approaching these questions, and trust me, it is great. Your own different style may actually do wonders for your case. The uniqueness, rawness in one's original writing style actually helps in the application process. Please use our suggestions to aid and not curb your creativity. Approach for the first essay. Here is the essay topic. First essay is often the most important. Work towards making a good first impression. Please understand, any application essay is about giving takeaways to the reader about your candidature. Here is a rich list of virtues that B schools value. Through whatever we write in our essays, we must try to reflect one or the other of these values. Please pause the video here List down the virtues that apply in your candidature and make sure to duly communicate these through the 3 application essays here. This is the first essay topic. Please ask yourself, what is your candidature like? Do you carry a unique profile, such as the profile of a soldier applying to a B school, or whether you belong to an overrepresented competitive pool, such as a software engineer? In case you belong to the first category, you carry a unique candidature, then one broad and unique aspect makes you a valuable addition to the ISB class. Examples of such unique aspects include having a unique professional background, for example, being a sportsperson, a soldier, a doctor, a fashion designer, an artist, or carrying a unique cultural background, for example, having a different nationality. Remember, most of the ISB class is of Indians, so having a different nationality helps your candidature. So does having hefty global exposure. Only about 20% candidates would fall in this category of having a unique candidature and only one aspect making you a valuable addition to ISB. For most candidates, multiple small aspects would together make you a valuable addition to the class. For example, if you are a software engineer, you would need to reflect a bouquet of situations that have shaped you. So, alongside being a software engineer, aspects such as having lived in small towns, big towns, and internationally, thereby understanding the sensibilities of a vast spectrum of people, is a rich aspect. Similarly, overcoming a significant adversity, physical, familial, or emotional in nature, is a worthy circumstance. Having played sports at an advanced level, things like having been part of a music group, carrying rich social sector experience, being in an advisory role with a startup, having a brilliant academic record, being in a leadership role in a multicultural setup, having organized large scale events, etc. Roughly 80% candidates lie in this category. No one aspect is going to be enough. You need to convey a bouquet of reasons backed by diverse situations and circumstances. Therefore, in a way, the first essay is very much your coming of age story. Approach it like that. What all must be covered in this essay? Your set of personal values, any code or mantra that you live by, meaningful situations or circumstances, including all the interesting aspects about your candidature, and all the unique experiences and attributes, professional and personal. Duly include your strengths and weaknesses. Avoid mentioning weaknesses that may question your competence. Rather, talk about weaknesses from the perspective of having a plan for conquering these and growing. Please remember, the essay is not so much about the situations, it is about you. A very common mistake that the candidates would commit while writing this essay is that they would focus on the situations. Rather, please focus on takeaways about yourself. Please try to choose situations, circumstances of significance, and if that is not possible, please at least have learnings of significance. The essay is highly open ended, and there are many ways to go about answering it. Let me give you one possible structure for writing it. Irrespective of whether your candidature is unique or conventional, this structure would very well apply. You can start by quoting a set of personal values, a code or mantra that you live by. You can describe situation or circumstances from childhood, same from your college or early professional life, and or same from a recent personal or professional experience. Then you can go about describing how these situations, circumstances have shaped you as a person and professional. The strengths may be apparent from the earlier part of the essay so far. In case they are not, mention a few explicitly. Ensure including a few reasonable weaknesses. Talk about a plan for overcoming the weaknesses for scaling greater heights in the times to come. Overall, please ensure that in this part of the essay, you cover all the interesting aspects about your candidature, all unique attributes and experiences, professional or personal. And remember, whatever we are writing in the essays, end of the day, we are trying to give takeaways to the reader. Please ensure that all the applicable virtues in your candidature are duly communicated to the admission committee. Approach for the second essay. This is the topic. It's largely about your intellectual experiences while ensuring specific anecdotes and how the same have inspired you to pursue an MBA. A possible structure for answering this essay: you can start with a summary of your academic background with anecdotes, then summary of your professional background with anecdotes, then a summary of co-curricular achievements with anecdotes. Remember, some of the information here may have already been covered in the first essay. Please avoid repetition. Then you can talk about the realization of or the inspiration for the need of an MBA. Quoting specific anecdotes is crucial here, and through these anecdotes, stories, or simply examples, please ensure highlighting your leadership experiences, your international experiences, cross-functional experiences, and cross-cultural experiences. Wherever possible, please quantify. Approach for the third essay. This is the topic, and a possible structure here is you talk about your career goals immediately after ISB. Please avoid wishy-washy career goals. Rather, specify a clear role in a specific industry. Duly link your career goals with your background and skills or passion. Don't just suggest a dream, suggest a feasible career plan. Then talk about your long-term career goals. Once again, a specific role in a specific industry, and very importantly, talk about the impact that you want to leave through your goals, your legacy of sorts. Then you can talk about 3 to 4 points on why MBA in general and 3 to 4 points on why ISB in particular. Here is an exhaustive set of reasons for why MBA in general. And here is a set of potential reasons for why a B school in particular. Please pause the video, list down the factors that resonate with you, and duly communicate the same in your essays. Some useful essay writing tips that have worked for thousands of our students in past. Most importantly, please make your essays personal and emotional in nature. Avoid a very uptight professional or academic tone. Remember, the essays need to be sincere. They don't have to be very serious or formal. The best of the essays have a very high emotional appeal. They are very high on emotional quotient. I can't emphasize enough. Don't just answer the question. Don't write an essay. Tell a story. Sound positive and passionate. Remember, you are applying to a young, energetic class, leaders of tomorrow. Don't just mention target designations. Rather, talk about the impact you wish to make through your goals, your legacy of sorts. A very common mistake: please don't waste words in fancy introduction or conclusion. Remember, you only have about 1,000 words to make an impact. Please focus on takeaways for the reader. Then, please suggest feasible career goals. The goals should be practically possible through a 1-year ISB MBA. They should be neither too peculiar, such that they invite the problem of niche, nor should they be too broad or vague. For example, goals on the lines of a role that would help me meet my potential. No, that's wishy-washy. Please be specific. Last tip: ensure a rich paragraph on why ISB. Remember, all B schools, including ISB, wish to know the reasons why you want to pursue your degree from the specific school. Personalize your reasons, link them with your career goals. In case you need help with your ISB application, please drop an inquiry on expertsglobal.com. Thank you. All the very best.